What is going on, YouTube? And welcome back to the Clear Cryptos Education and News channel. My name is T. Haas from over at the Crypto Shop. And of course, you know, I got my man Jay Seals with me. What's going on, brother?
What's good, everybody?
Hey, man, nothing much. Today on the channel, we are going to be discussing the SEC, startups in crypto. Bearish, bullish? I don't know. I guess we'll find out. Justin's going to walk us through the story. I'm going to react to it live because honestly, I haven't even read the story yet. So, Justin, put us on, man. What we talking about?
All right, yeah. So the SEC has made crypto startups bearish if you're trying to launch in the U.S. market. So amidst the recent power struggle from the SEC, crypto startups are proving to be bearish in the U.S. market. So a consulting lawyer on this token-generated ventures has advised against the U.S. as a launch market. The trouble surrounding the relationship between the digital asset industry and the SEC lies solely in the lack of clarity, and we've been seeing that lately. The tactics employed by the regulator have proven that collaborative effort is not where their priorities lie. They ain't trying to work with all these cryptocurrency people. They just don't want to. They want to bring the hammer down on crypto. So in the past few weeks, we have seen headline after headline showing a growing war between the SEC and crypto. Conflicts with Kraken and Paxos have defined their growing frustration with the virtual currency companies and their unclear definition of what constitutes as a security, which is always the big question. Is it security? Is it not? Well, they'll go to court and find out, right? So this is the primary reason why the SEC has crypto startups bearish on launching in the US market, specifically claiming that the US is not the ideal setting for crypto project launch, especially if there is or could be a token tied to their business, which is probably why Coinbase decided not to launch a Coinbase token with their base project that we talked about earlier. So their tendency to embrace regulation through enforcement doesn't help matters either. So the SEC has been going after all these cryptocurrency companies, and they've been suing them and taking them to court to try to enforce all this stuff, which isn't helping matters out, right? So all working to create the perception of SEC Chair Gary Gensler seeking to define all crypto as a security by default and seeking the power to be the judge, jury, and executioner. Now, Gensler has fought against this developing idea, but the laws are pretty straightforward while calling the perception of the lack of clarity a false narrative to the publication. Yet the idea of the perception is an interesting one because at what point does the idea of being reality actually come into fruition? Basically, all he's saying here is, at what point do you just give up, Gary? At what point do you just give up and you just say, look, I'm coming after all crypto. I wanted to be a security and this is what I'm doing. Because right now you're fighting it, but we see through it. We see through it, Gary. We see through it. Okay, Hobbs, what you got?
I mean, it started with, you know, what we called last year. We said stable coins is probably going to be the next attack, right? And then now it's staking. And honestly, at the end of the day, they just need to come out with a stable set of rules, no pun intended, right?
All puns.
That crypto has to kind of abide by. Instead, they're going to attack the staking. They're going to attack whatever sounds like a security. They're going to attack that portion of it. And honestly, all of crypto sounds like a security, if you ask me. I mean, everything sounds like a security, if you ask me, right? Like, anytime you're dealing with money, anytime you're dealing with currencies, anytime you're giving out rewards or APY or anything like that, it's going to fall into that realm of security. The question is not whether or not it's a security, or at least in my book. The question is, how do we regulate this new asset class? The sooner the SEC and everybody in government gets that through their head, that there's money to be made here, and we shouldn't be frowning on crypto. Instead, we should be embracing crypto and really just trying to regulate it. Get your money, because we know that's what they want. We know they want their taxes. Figure out a way to get your taxes so we can move on and really revolutionize the new era of currency, securities, and fiat. That's all we're trying to get to.
Yeah. And you know, I think it helps. I think it would help if the SEC stopped trying to fine everybody out their mind and just came out with the regulation, right? Or at least started working with Congress for the regulation. Because I agree 100%. I think everything's security except for Bitcoin and Ethereum. I think those will fall under the commodity asset class just because there is already futures for them, right? You can already trade futures of ETH and BTC. So leave those alone. Those are commodities. everything else fall under security. Stop suing all these damn companies to try to get money off of them, and just give them clear guidance so that they can come in line with the guidance. Then after they're out of guidance, then you sue them. But it's not really fair to sue a company when there's no real guidance in place right now anyway. That's just not fair. So
100% agree, man. But you guys let us know what you think in the comments down below. But my name is T Hobbs. That guy above is Jay Seals. We'll catch you guys on the next one, man. Peace.